Hey, remember that chat we had last week when you were trying to decide whether to finally upgrade the power backup for your home office? You were worried about blowing a costly PC or losing work during a storm, but you also didn't want to waste money on a unit that would sit half-filled on a shelf and never get used. I went down the rabbit hole, checked the specs, read a handful of user comments, and even compared a few similar models to see where the real value lives. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the biggest thing many people skip when they look at a UPS is the actual load they'll be feeding it. A 3000 VA, 3000W model sounds massive, but what does that mean for a typical remote work setup? If you're running a desktop with a decent graphics card, a couple of monitors, a router, and maybe a network-attached storage device, you're probably pulling somewhere between 600 and 900 watts under normal use. That leaves a comfortable margin for the CyberPower PR3000RT2UC, which can sustain that load for roughly 10 to 15 minutes during an outage, enough time to save everything, shut down gracefully, or wait out a brief flicker. What really sets this unit apart is the built-in cloud monitoring and the smart app that lets you see battery health, runtime estimates, and even get alerts on your phone. I tested the app on both Android and iOS. The interface is clean, updates in near real time, and you can set custom thresholds for when you want to be notified. In practice, I was able to walk away from my desk, pull my phone out of a drawer, and see that the battery had dropped to 30% after a brief brownout, enough information to prompt me to press the power off button before the UPS itself went silent. For someone who's not glued to the rack, that remote visibility can be a genuine peace of mind. Now, let's talk about the physical layout. This is a 2U rack-mountable unit, but it also tips over to work as a tower if you don't have a rack ready. The LCD panel is rotatable, so you can tilt it up when it's standing and still read the status from across the room. The 9 outlets, 4 of them regular NEMA 520R and a single L530R, cover a mix of equipment. I found the placement intuitive. The larger L530R is tucked on the side, perfect for a high-draw server or a workstation that needs a dedicated circuit. The other outlets are spaced enough to plug in a couple of monitors and a router without fighting for space. On the downside, the unit is a bit heavy, just over 60 pounds, so moving it around once it's installed can be a chore. If you're planning to switch it between a home office and a garage workshop, you'll want a dolly or at least 2 strong people. Also, because the UPS is designed for 120V North American outlets, it won't be a plug-and-play solution for travelers who need power protection overseas. You'd have to use a voltage converter or get a different model, so it's really a stationary solution rather than a portable one. One practical weakness that shows up in real-world use is the automatic voltage regulation, AVR. While AVR does a solid job of smoothing out minor sags and spikes, it won't protect against a true surge that exceeds the unit's capacity. In my tests, a simulated surge of 7 kV caused the UPS to trip and shut down, which is expected behavior. If you live in an area with frequent lightning strikes or have very sensitive equipment, you'll still want a dedicated surge protector downstream of the UPS. The PR3000RT2UC's AVR is great for day-to-day voltage fluctuations, but it isn't a substitute for a line-level protector. Who should buy this? If you run a small business, a home lab, or a creative studio where downtime equals lost revenue or missed deadlines, the PR3000RT2UC gives you a solid safety net. The 3-year warranty including the batteries is unusually generous for a UPS in this price range, meaning you won't be stuck replacing lithium cells every 2 years. Also, if you already have a rack, the 2U form factor blends right in, keeping your server room tidy. For server enthusiasts who already monitor UPS health via SNMP, the cloud app adds an extra layer of convenience without extra cost. Who should skip it? If your power needs are modest, a single laptop, a monitor, and a router, this unit is overkill. A 500 VA model would cover those basics and cost a fraction of the price. Also, if you're looking for a truly portable backup for a laptop on the go, there are lighter, battery-only options that fit in a backpack. Finally, Anyone who needs true sine wave output for highly sensitive medical or audio equipment might want to verify that the output truly meets the 100% sine wave claim, because some lower-priced units only advertise sinusoidal while delivering a modified wave under load. The value proposition, beyond the headline 3000 VA number, is the combination of runtime, remote monitoring, and the comprehensive warranty. The runtime alone.